Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Untitled. This is our internet show.
This episode, I guess, is about opinions.
You guess?
Yeah.
No, this episode is about opinions. More importantly, when it is okay to give your opinion. So, I get into a fair amount of arguments with my siblings, I would say. And I notice one of the things that they tend to do is to put their opinions into arguments that should be based on fact. Which just really, gets me going.
Do you have any examples?
Not off the top of my head, no. Actually.
Wasn't it the stocks and bonds thing?
Just everything. Like arguing about war. That's a topic my brother's big on. But, he puts in his opinion about war and his opinion of what should happen, but it's from a different view of somebody who's actually been in war or knows about war. So he interjects his opinion when there should be facts about what's going on in the war and what would be the best strategy, but he puts his opinion in there and just doesn't base his argument on fact, which makes for a flimsy argument.
Yeah, I've run into some people like that. Most of my family.
Yeah. All of your family.
Yeah.
But so basically, one instance where it's okay to give your opinion, if somebody asks for your opinion on something, like somebody's just having a conversation with their friend and you happen to hear it, and then you just start talking about, oh, well, you should do this, and I think you should do this, and I think this would be the best thing to do. That's not good. The people didn't ask for your opinion, so they don't want it. You know?
Yeah, if someone's doing something and they ask you to come over and take a look at it and ask you what you think, give them a viewer perspective of it. I'm talking about, in my instance, it would be me coming up with different ways to patch together our videos, and I always ask someone to come up and ask me how it looks, and if they're just yeah, and if they have different ways to, or if they point out certain parts that I need to fix or edit, I do so.
If it's an actual legitimate thing that you should edit.
Yeah. It usually comes down, the final say is mine, but...
Yeah, seeing as how you're doing the editing. Except for a couple videos.
I do like outside input on what I am doing. And it gives me a better viewpoint of everything altogether. Because, to me, our camera quality is fantastic, but if I stare at it too long, it'll just start looking shitty.
But yeah, so if your opinion isn't asked for, or you're not part of the discussion, your opinion should not be there. And if you're getting into a debate with somebody, then you shouldn't put your opinion in that either, because it makes your argument seem flimsy. Because I know that when I'm debating people, I look for arguments on fact. I don't want somebody, if I'm debating somebody, I don't want them to tell me what they think. I want them to tell me what they know.
Usually in arguments, ones that I'm correct in, I base all of my arguments completely on logic. Not, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't say that. I don't say,
That's another thing that people don't do often enough. They just interject their opinion, but they pass it off and they vocalize it as it's fact. Nobody ever says, oh, well, my opinion is... No, they just go, oh, well, you should do this. This is what you need to do.
I never really noticed that.
Yeah. Neither did I until, literally right now.
But, mostly when I'm arguing, I base completely off fact. or logic, which tends to be fact in my case, because I know very little of certain topics that people talk about, and I just go off of logic from that point, and I seem to be right.
That's another thing about arguing. This isn't about your opinion, but if you're arguing, don't argue about stuff that you don't know about. That's a situation that I don't put myself in. If I'm getting into an argument, or if an argument is erupting and I know nothing of the subject, I say, "Hey, this laptop just died," is what I say.
We can go off the camera.
Yeah, but but if I God damn.
Let's go ahead and close this.
But
move that out of there.
But if I don't know about the subject that we're talking about, I don't talk about it, because I don't want to give people false information, and I don't want to just be making stuff up.
The only argument that I have recently encountered like that I did that, was one for, I think it was state funding. But I know very little about that topic, and I was pretty wrong on that point. So I'm not arguing about that anymore. But usually it's a topic that I'm fairly well knowledged in, like war.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you need to know like everything. Just know enough to base some strong arguments on.
Yeah. I've made some general points that, like, one of them was, like, last time me, you, and him were arguing, that some dude, we were all arguing about why humanity is childish. And he said, "We are not a childish species." And I said, "We kill people over them having something that we want."
Yeah, just like, how did I put it? I put it like this.
You have that, I want it.
Yeah, it was like we're talking about the Russia and Ukraine situation, how Ukraine wants to be an independent nation, but because of Russia, they can't do that right now. And I put it as, Russia saw it as, "Oh, well, this is mine," and it just erupted into, No, I was here first and I won it. I don't care if you guys took it, or I don't care if you guys are using it. It's my turn now." And
that is a pretty accurate way of putting it.
Yeah. And like, I'm sure you can word anything to sound childish, but it is, when you boil it down, it is really childish. It's, oh, this was mine, and then the things existing in it decided to take it. It's like the whole Cuba situation with America back in the Cold War.
Yeah.
The United States. Except Cuba was just like, "Hey, we're fucking taking this. This is ours now. We live here, you guys don't. This is fucking ours." And they took it, and then we were just like, "All right."
We went on a side tangent.
Yeah.
But back on opinion, one thing I ran into, another argument, was it was a problem with like belief structure, I believe. It wasn't, thinking of it, it did have somewhat to do with religion, but that was like far in the beginning. And then we said, your belief is not necessarily like universal law.
Yeah, such as, the speed at which light travels.
Yeah.
Fucking physics.
Yeah. Most physics that we know, as far as we know, is true. There could be a different physics that explains everything hell of a lot more accurately than ours does. But that's the physics we have right now, and that's what we consider universal law. So we base that off of facts, scientific physics, like fact mathematics that makes up the sciences that we have.
Yeah, you're never going to see an interesting debate where there are no facts, or where in order,
Unless they're wording it like children.
in order
Then it could be entertaining.
in order for a debate to be good, there, I don't know the exact formula, but there's a certain mixture between fact and opinion that has to go into it. But fact needs to be the bigger thing in the argument.
Fact, if you're debating, arguing, whatever, if you want to be right, use only fact. And if they try and say, well, that's just not how it goes, you say, sorry, dude, fact's there. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Well,
And,
yeah. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did. And we'll see you next time.